looks like City are going to be pushing the deal through with Gvardiol from RB Leipzig. They're trying to do it again before Sunday's Community Shield against Arsenal, as the article states here. Tuesday brought fresh engagement of an agreement reached between the two clubs, with Red Bull, who heads up the energy drink giants' entire sporting partnerships, leading the talks. Mail Sports understand the fee for one of the most highly regarded young central defenders in Europe is likely to come in at below Leipzig's quoted $86 million valuation. So it looks like they have been playing hardball with RB Leipzig. I mean, City usually just kind of give the asking price and just kind of land their target. I doubt he'd play, and it does kind of bring actually an interesting question that I did see actually on TalkSport. But it was interesting because they are so solid. We're City, and obviously they won the treble, but they've had some losses. There's always room for improvement. The league has dramatically shifted, which I think from last year it was very much like, can somebody please take the top 4 spots, to now, it was like a competition for top 4 in a negative way. Like, it seemed like nobody wanted top 4. Whereas now, the shifts, the changes, the aggressive pushes, the people that maybe didn't believe in Arsenal as much have no choice but to believe in them even more now, with them having gotten second place and reinforcing the way they are. Newcastle reinforcing the way they are. Like, even if you thought they were a fluke, I didn't think that they would make top 4, but they've reinforced and they've been very, very aggressive. And I think in a building kind of way, not just throwing money around kind of way. We'll see how Tonali shapes out, but I don't think he'll be a bad signing. Isak, I think, is just gonna keep getting better. That whole Newcastle team's good. And then Manchester United are going to reinforce one way or another. Chelsea have reinforced the way they have. West Ham, I think, have reinforced pretty well, pretty smartly. So there's going to be a lot of teams that are making a lot of good business. And so City don't want to be behind and just sit on kind of their laurels. They've obviously lost several players. We'll see if they lose more in the coming days to, you hear talk of Barcelona maybe being able to get somebody, or Saudi Arabian clubs. PSG is kind of going to be in the hunt as well. But anyway, so all that to say, City look to sign Gvardiol. Would he make their initial lineup? Now, I try not to pay attention too much to Rory. And, no disrespect to him, but he has some outrageous takes. And I think sometimes, like, they are honestly just to kind of, like, bait us into engagement. Like, something so outlandish that, like, you just have to type, like, this is an idiot, And I've seen that a couple times. Like, when he said Kylian Mbappe was not, I think he said he wasn't, like, world class or something like that. Or he wasn't proven, or, like, the number 1 talent in the world. And it was like I almost broke mentally. Like, I was almost like, nah, he's trolling me. Like, I have to, this isn't real. That's not real. Like he said, basically the equivalent of, like, he hasn't done it in a cold, rainy night in Stoke, Like, it just wasn't real. I was like, there's no way a serious person with a platform has said this. Like, something so idiotic. Like, he can say, okay, hey, I think there's other people catching up to him, and his tantrums aren't maybe not worth giving him the keys to the kingdom, or something like that. Something like that. You can say, like, there's criticism that you can level at Mbappe. There's criticism that you can level or have hot takes. But I think sometimes people just go for the explosive. And I think he's one of those. Erling Haaland. Don't be disrespectful to Harry Kane and Mo Salah. Erling Haaland won't come in here and just dominate the league. Boom. Like, it's just takes like that it's just like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, you have eyes. You have fucking eyes. You can see this shit. Anyway, So I try not to, but I just thought this might be engagement bait. I actually haven't seen it, but I wanted to see it because, of course, TalkSport is going to put like, hey, what's the craziest shit that's going to get us some engagement? Boom, put that shit on there, all right? But let's see. Okay?
And to sit on their bench. He doesn't get in their first team, does he?
He'll start, of course he will.
Instead of who? Like, realistically, if you think about their defence, if you think about the way that Pep Guardiola set up last season, I don't think that he can immediately walk into the team. You can't drop.
Are you telling me that Gvardiol isn't better than Akanji? No disrespect. Akanji? He's not better than Akanji, really? I think they were great in the system, but I think Guardiola has shown already, if he wants somebody, it's because he thinks he can fit their system better and it might be an upgrade and or will be able to shape the system around them. Like so let's not pretend like that's not going to happen or that's not possible. But okay, let's see.
Drop Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz has to start. John Stones has obviously made himself totally indispensable.
I mean, Ruben Diaz is fair.
To the team. Akanji was sensational last season, and I know this doesn't sound right, but you can't drop Nathan Ake. He was amazing.
Again, I think that one's not bad. I don't think that there was anything too crazy in there. Yeah, you would take him over Akanji or Ake. John Stones is the only one that's kind of interesting in the fact that, like, he was used almost as a, DM. So does he kind of alternate to a 4? Does he keep it a 3? Does he, like there'll be certain tweaks that I think kind of go in there. Now, Gvardiol, it's so difficult for a defender to kind of make that splash that a striker would, like Erling Haaland, obviously. Like you saw it with Grealish. I think everybody saw it with Grealish, where Grealish was kind of rooted as a bust. I mean, everybody's calling him kind of a bust. Like, oh, you paid 80 for this, and he's garbage. And I didn't go along with that narrative, but it was pretty predominant. And so now it's like, now he's undroppable. Now he kind of fits that, and it took him a year, but he's there now. And I think it's that kind of difficult thing where it's like, no one's indispensable for Pep Guardiola first and foremost. If you don't want to be there, he doesn't fucking want you there. Number 2, if he wants you though, that means he's gonna fit you in. Like, it's not for nothing. This isn't a flyer that they're taking on Gvardiol. Like, this isn't like, hey, let's take a chance on this kid. This is like, hey, I need this dude because he is a baller. Because I seen what he can do, or XYZ, and that's who I want, and that's who's gonna work my system the best. I think that's the mistake that Rory makes there. But I mean, even past that, it's not too crazy. Like I said, I've seen crazier. I'll take a look at the comments real quick. The idea of the names we mentioned being assured starters always alludes the fact the season is a marathon. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, you do definitely need depth, and I think that's always helped City. And again, I don't want to debate like the fairness of it, but they've spent money and they have a deep. I mean, their bench is world class. So it's like, who does he call on? Oh, I'm gonna call on this. Put it in American terms, like a 5-star recruit. I'm gonna put him in. It's like Alabama. It's like Georgia. It's just like these things that it's like his bench is fucking stacked. Like, so even if it's just for that, I think he prepares that way. Obviously, he knows how to do it. That treble was not an accident. And they've been dominating the Premier League. Again, I don't want to get into the whole fairness of it or not. I think that's a slightly separate issue. But he's at least in a business plan way. He's done it the right way. Whereas like if it was a restaurant, he's running the restaurant a Michelin star. What's the back office doing? That's not what we're discussing. The Michelin star of it is top notch. You know what I'm saying? So he's gone about it the right way. Again, Gvardiol looks to be a City defender And I think he's just gonna make him that much stronger. We'll see what happens with Cancelo. I think he is rumored to be going to Barcelona. I think City always has a soft spot for Barcelona. So they might give him, on a cheap, maybe with a Spotify Premier membership or whatever it is. It might be able to swing it. But anyway, so that's the Gvardiol news that has come up. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, but it looks to be a done deal, and we'll see what happens.